Basically, what this is about is me trying to possibly get protection from the news that they could come with me to the Bay County Sheriff's Department so that I could get a body cam of where a Bay County, Florida deputy was going to throw me in jail because I was riding my bicycle on 23rd Street in America. Also, I've never seen so many cars, cop cars, pull up. There must have been at least 10 cops who responded to this. I guess they were bored or something like that. Because all I wanted to do is just ride down the road. So what I'm doing is I'm exposing the truth about how these minorities claim that they are being oppressed, and yet at the same time they don't care about anybody else's rights. I myself, I care about all people's rights. But this is right here, this will prove this to you right now. Let me ask you something, Deborah. You've known me for a long time, right? From Channel 13, right?
Right.
And
Go ahead, Jim. I got other people talking and coming and going. Go ahead.
okay,
Because I'm getting ready to go to the back.
all right. What I'm trying to tell you is I do law research before I even call anybody. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when they told you that you have to give your name, there's a governor's order by Ron DeSantis that says you don't have to give your name. The First Amendment Foundation also says you don't have to give your name. 11907 of the Florida statute says you don't have to give your name. Because what that does with a whistleblower is that puts them in danger. So the Bay County Sheriff's Department threatened me that if I rode my bike down the road, a deputy, and not only that, there was 8 cop cars that responded at the time, and they all had body cams. Which are you aware now that they have to keep their body cams for a minimum of 90 days? They can't.
I wasn't aware.
Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to share with you what I know. Since 1889, the Florida Supreme Court has demanded that records be open. The Florida Constitution, 1-24, it gives a person the right to be able to go to, get public records. 11907 DF. They have to explain an exemption by law citation. They can't just say, "Oh, we can't, show this," or they cannot stall under 11912. And the Florida Department of Law Enforcement also has done an opinion on that. This is a very, very controversial. The Sheriff's Department is going to want to destroy it. It's like the case. Have you ever heard about Zachary Wester, Deborah? Yeah. How long have you been with Channel 13, WMBB?
Since 91.
Okay. Have you ever run across anybody who has been more community conscious concerned than me?
Oh, you've been there. No, I haven't, Jim.
So here's the thing. I'm wondering wondering if there's somehow or another that I could get Channel 13 news reporter to meet me at a certain time, go down to the Bay County Sheriff's Department to where they can't destroy it.
Okay.
And the thing is,
All right, well, that'll be up to Tom Lewis. You'll have to talk to Tom, and he's not available right now. He's got somebody with him.
Jerry Brown, I like the hell out of him. What happened to him?
He retired.
Man, I'll tell you what. I met him during Hurricane Michael.
Oh, okay.
When he was passing out food to the people that lost their homes.
Yeah.
Now, can you think of anything more disgusting? First of all, I said to the people there, there was, I kid you not, there was a minimum of 8 cars that blocked.
Do you want to give me your cell phone number?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When can I give a call back? Because they wanted me to give them, my cell phone number, and that's my only protection I got. And so here's the thing. What I'm doing.
Just call back, Jim. I'm gonna have to go now.
All right. When is Tom Lewis available?
And because I don't know when. Probably now after lunch. It's 11:26. So after this appointment leaves, he may go on to lunch. So we talk about 1 o'clock, and you'll need to call before 2 because at 2 they have a meeting, their daily meeting, news round table, newsroom meeting.
Now, wouldn't you consider this something of great public importance? Because I see bicyclists now that are riding on glass-strewn, trash-strewn sidewalks. Would you consider that of great public importance to protect bicyclists from cops that want to throw them in jail?
I don't know. It sounds to me like you were driving.
Driving what?
The cars are supposed to be driving in on.
I was driving a car? Is that what you think?
So what now?
Are you saying I was driving a car?
I know you drive your bicycle.
That's right. And would you consider it of great public importance?
Well, first of all, you can't drive a bicycle in in traffic because you may get hurt.
Well, okay. Let me ask you something. Should bicyclists ride on sidewalks that got all kinds of imperfections, got all kinds of glass and trash all over in the dark that they could kill a pedestrian because the pedestrian didn't see him or anything like that? Or should they be able to ride in the road? Let me ask you something about that.
Well, me personally, I wouldn't. If I had a bicycle and that was my means of transportation, no, I would not drive on the highway with it.
Well, if a bicyclist wanted to, do you think they have a right to do that?
But anyway,
let me just ask you. Do you, Deborah? I'm just asking you. I'm asking you a question. Do you think if a bicyclist wants to ride in the road, should they be able to ride in the road, Deborah?
No, not on the highway. No.
So then that means that you need to go to the back of a restaurant and not be able to go inside of a restaurant, right?
Oh, well.
You need to ride in the back of a bus, right?
Oh, so what you trying to do now?
I'll tell you exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tell you.
Are you trying to play the race card?
You goddamn right I'm playing that motherfucking race card. You goddamn right.
Okay, don't call back, and I'll tell Terry exactly what you said.
You goddamn right. And I'll tell what you said. How about that? And I don't give a shit if you fucking recorded it. How about that?
notice she said, "Oh, I got plenty of time in the beginning of the recording." She even said, even though there was somebody talking to her, "Go on. Keep on talking." Now, notice I tried to educate her on public record laws in the state of Florida. Then she wanted my phone number. Why did she want my phone number? And she could give it to the cops. She also, when I was trying to talk, interrupted me. I wouldn't be surprised if she's relations to a cop. And the cop coached her how to deal with challenging questioners. Now, I wanted to ask her a simple question about, do I have a right to ride in the road? No, you don't. First she said, "Oh, I'm so concerned about the safety of you." Then I mentioned about, well, what about me riding on unpredictable sidewalks filled with glass, trash? Because of the hurricane, there's holes in the sidewalk and everything like that. They're uneven and everything like that. Then I mentioned about the facts are, what if at night somebody's riding on the road and a pedestrian doesn't see them and they kill the pedestrian? But she's so concerned about my safety. Now notice that when she insisted that I should not be able to ride in the street, notice where I said, well, I guess that means when you go to a restaurant, you need to go around back to get your food, not in the front. You also need to ride in the back of a bus, like Rosa Parks. Notice where she said, "Are you playing the race card?" Who is the one that disrespected who first? Who is the one that didn't give a shit about the rights of other people? Yet they cry about, oh, we're oppressed so much. And the truth of the matter is, all I was trying to do is get protection so that I could safely get that body cam and have that body cam to where I could record it, because the chances are she's probably tipped off the Bay County Sheriff's Department about it, and they are going to destroy the body cam. Even though it is a felony under 9, 18, 13 of the Florida statutes to alter, conceal, or destroy anything that could possibly be entered into court. Oh, I'm sure they'll probably use excuses like, well, daggone it, there was a malfunction in the camera. Or they might turn around and say, well, the cost in order for you to be able to see this video, they might say, well, it's $25. I actually saw on the internet where an attorney tried to get under Public Records 11907 of the Florida statutes, tried to get a video, and then they invented things like, well, there's administrative fees, I'm going to calculate my salary, when actually, if the state's attorney wants it, or an investigator wants it, they're all public servants, they don't pay nothing. So these are roadblocks in order to keep the truth from coming out. And the thing is, this can be compared to where a guy named Santana recorded Walter Scott being shot in South Carolina. When he realized what he had, he was scared to reveal it to anybody. Even thought about erasing it. He was scared. He had something that was threatening the lives of the cops, threatening to put them in prison. Now, the cops, they've been talking about, having compassion and everything like that, de-escalate and everything like that. Well, this video shows where when I was going down the road, they turned on their blue lights, and I pulled over. And this cop said I was blocking the road. I tried to explain to him under 316.083 of the Florida statutes that I have a right to be in the road, and the cars have to be 3 feet away from me. And the cop wouldn't even look up the laws that I gave him. And if it wasn't for Sergeant Hodges of the Panama City Police Department, Florida, who said you can go on down the road, even wrote me and tried to make it as vague as possible that I could ride my bike down the road. I further went to the Department of Transportation, where they give out the driver's licenses and everything like that, and I got a manual that is given out for anybody that's going to be tested for driving. Now, in that manual there, it said in there, but they didn't put no statutes in there. So in other words, somebody could say, well, that's your opinion. But in other parts of the manual, they put statutes in there. So in other words, they didn't want people to know the actual laws, which I happen to know. Another one they'll commonly try to get a bicyclist on is going through a red light. Well, a lot of lights, a bicycle does not have enough steel in its body to trigger the coils that trigger the lights. So if there's no cars around for 20 minutes, that bicyclist is stuck. Not only that, I've got videos of where I was almost run over by a Bay County Sheriff deputy. I tried to get a jury trial. I was robbed of a jury trial. And they say the good old boy system ain't alive and well. Bull motherfucking shit. Zach Wester fucked up over 250 lives putting false charges on people. And I'm sure they made it real hard for the news to get them body cams showing him slipping crack cocaine and methamphetamine to make it look like that those people had drugs. See, the thing is when we do away with qualified immunity and make it to where the cops have got to pay, then things are going to change. Sadly, Every bicycle shop I've run across, I have yet to see one that says, we are going to protect the bicyclist. Oh, when they have a triathlon day, I'm going to tell you something. They got all kinds of cops out there to make sure that the traffic doesn't run over these highfalutin, expensive $5,000 bicycles, tourists that come out of town. But these tourists don't know about the hell that a regular person or a street person riding a bicycle, they don't know the hell that they go through. I am daily cussed out by people. I've had stuff thrown at me. People will take and gun their exhaust on me. I've had stuff thrown on me. I even got in a fight one time almost with one of these punks. And yet at the same time, cops, on top of that, want to throw me in jail. Yet the Department of Transportation says I've got a right, if I have to, on a narrow road, to take up the whole road. They could put up signs saying, you mess with a bicyclist and you will mess up your life. Another thing they need to do is get rid of novelty tags that's got all kinds of artsy-fartsy bullshit on it that makes it to where it's impossible to read a tag, especially a bicyclist that's going a lot slower than a car. But see, the truth of the matter is, wink, wink, the reason why they got them car tags is who isn't going to buy $35 insurance by paying an extra amount for a car tag to get a novelty tag that nobody can read? They can do a hit and run, and the chances of them getting away are a lot more because the things are, people can't read the tag. Not only that, in the dark, less likely people can read the tag. If they had plain tags, was back in 1989, I myself made a flyer that I passed out to the Florida Capitol all over 50 places. I passed these flyers out that would make it to where bicyclists would have designated front business parking with secure racks, that there would be signs up saying, you mess with a bicyclist, you mess up your life. Having it to where bicycles are incorporated into buses. Having it to where all bicycle lanes are not separate because they're filled with glass and trash, and that they would be marked on the regular road. So that means when there's no traffic, the cars can take up the whole road. But if there's a bicyclist, then they move over. And then they take it back. And another reason behind that is if the cars are constantly sweeping off, the roads, there's not going to be any glass and trash. But the sidewalks are filled with so much glass and trash, they're never cleaned off. Motorists treat me as if I am a plague on the road. barely to be tolerated. And the thing is, this is. Now, this is right here, is showing here. Look at this right here. Okay, this says, look here. It says, Florida requires you give bicyclists a minimum of 3 feet of clearance and use caution and slow speed when driving alongside or passing them. That is never done. Okay? This is the manual right here. Is that right there? But notice that they do not put statutes in here. There is no statute like 316.083 of the Florida statutes. So what happens is, motorists, because there's no statutes there, motorists think that they can just do as they damn well please. Another thing is a lot of times bicyclists, when they go to a stop sign, they don't have to fully stop like a car, because a car's got a nose sticking out on it, and they have limited vision, where bicyclists can come right up to a stop sign a long time before motorists and look both ways and go right through. Now, that statute is called 316.1235 of that has to do with a faulty traffic light. So this is my attempt, very, very, very amateurish, not perfect, trying, because I can't get anybody else that's interested in helping out the bicyclist. So anyway, if they had it to where, is that right there? Okay, that's when it was dated. 2020. If they had this book, and they had at every place that people get their tags, you mess with a bicyclist and you messed up your life.